The air feels strange lately, doesn't it, Capricorn? Like something heavy is moving behind the scenes, quietly rearranging the pieces of your life. You can sense it, not in your eyes, but in your spirit. People you once trusted suddenly feel distant. Situations that once made sense now feel hollow. Even laughter around you sounds different, like an echo that's lost its soul. That's because the veil is thinning. The world around you is about to expose itself. The fake foundations, the artificial smiles, the carefully painted masks, they can't hold much longer. Everything built on lies, ego, and hidden intentions is about to crumble before your eyes. And you, Capricorn, you're not meant to panic. You're meant to watch. Because what's collapsing isn't your life. It's the illusion that surrounded it. This is not destruction. It's divine correction. The universe has decided that you've played in the shadows long enough. It's time to separate gold from dust, truth from performance. So when you start noticing people revealing their true colors, when connections fall apart overnight, when comfort turns into discomfort, don't resist it. It's your spiritual reality shifting. You've prayed for truth, and truth has finally arrived. But truth rarely comes gently. This collapse is sacred, Capricorn. It's heaven's way of cleaning your path, of taking down what you were never meant to depend on. Every lie, every hidden motive, every manipulative smile, exposed, dismantled, wiped out. Type in the comments, "Only truth will stand in my life." Because by writing it, you speak alignment into existence. You tell the universe, "I'm ready to lose what was never real, to make room for what is eternal." Stay until the end of this message, Capricorn. Because this isn't just about others being unmasked, it's about you stepping into your purest, most unshakable form. Everything fake is about to fall apart. But what's real in you will rise brighter than ever. Picture it, Capricorn. A grand stage where every scene of your life has been playing out for years. The curtains shimmer, the lights are bright, and the audience claps for performances that were never real. The people you trusted stood beside you, rehearsed their lines perfectly, and played their parts with conviction. They said they cared. They said they'd never betray you. They promised loyalty, but now the play is ending. The lights begin to flicker. The music stops mid-note. And suddenly, silence. You start to see who was acting all along. The ones who smiled the loudest were the first to step back. The ones who praised you were secretly comparing themselves to you. The ones who said, "I'm proud of you," only meant it when you were beneath them. Capricorn, this is the moment when truth walks onto the stage and every disguise begins to melt. You're not imagining things, people truly are revealing themselves. It might happen in small ways. A tone that feels off, a word that doesn't match their eyes, a sudden distance that leaves you questioning everything. But don't panic, this isn't destruction, it's divine revelation. The universe has decided to shut down the theater where deception lived too long. It's pulling down the curtains on relationships, habits, and attachments that were built on false intentions. You're not losing people, you're losing illusions. You're watching the parts of your world that were built on lies slowly dissolve, not because you're cursed, but because you're being cleansed. You see, the truth has a vibration too high for pretending. And now your energy is too pure for pretense to survive around you. So when people fall away, don't chase them. When situations collapse, don't fight to rebuild them. Everything fake must fall so that what's authentic can finally find its place. Yes, it may feel as if the ground beneath you is trembling, as though the very world you built is crumbling. But beneath that collapse is your soul, being lifted, rising higher than every shallow connection, higher than every empty promise. This is what happens when light walks into a room that was built for shadows. The darkness panics, the masks fall, the lies scatter. So let it fall, Capricorn. Let the stage break apart. Because once the dust settles, you'll stand alone under a single light, not as an actor, but as the truth itself. Capricorn, the truth is becoming clearer now. Not everyone who smiled at you came with love in their heart. Some were only drawn to the warmth of your light, not to your soul. They saw your strength, your wisdom, your quiet power, and thought they could stand beside you to borrow it. They wanted to look powerful through your reflection. But energy never lies. No matter how well someone hides behind words or smiles, their spirit always reveals itself in time. And now, time has run out. The season of pretending is closing. Those who spoke kindly in your presence but cursed you in their thoughts are being exposed. Their hidden jealousy is leaking out through their actions. In the way they avoid your eyes, in their sudden silence when your blessings arrive, in their subtle attempts to make you doubt your own worth. Capricorn, the universe is tired of the disguise. Those who wore loyalty like a costume will soon trip over their own act. The masks will crack, and every false smile will turn into a confession. Their secrets, the envy, the lies, the whispered doubts they planted around your name will rise to the surface, clear and undeniable, like oil floating above still water. Don't chase them when they pull away. Don't explain yourself when they twist your intentions. Don't fight to keep the connection alive when the truth has already buried it. Simply observe, because divine justice doesn't need your defense, it needs your silence. Watch how the universe humbles those who played with your sincerity. Watch how the very energy they use to manipulate others turns against them. Watch how their false alliances collapse under the weight of their own lies. Capricorn, you don't have to expose them. Life will. You don't have to seek revenge. Truth will do it for you. When truth walks into a room, deceit begins to suffocate. And right now, truth is walking with you. This is why your circle is shrinking. Not because you're losing people, but because your vibration no longer matches theirs. You've grown beyond pretense, and those who fed on illusion can't breathe in your light anymore. Let them fade. Let them reveal themselves. Let the collapse happen. Because what's falling apart around you was never part of your destiny. It was only blocking your path to it. Capricorn, what's coming won't whisper, it will roar. This collapse will not arrive softly or politely. It will come like sacred fire, sweeping through every corner of your life that still holds dust and disguise. This fire doesn't destroy, it reveals. It strips away the fake layers people built around you and burns through the energy that no longer belongs in your story. You may feel it already. That strange heaviness in the air, the sudden changes that make no sense, the way certain people turn cold without warning. You might feel tired, as though something invisible is pulling the old version of you apart. That's the fire working. It's not chaos, it's cleansing. When sacred fire moves through your environment, it tests everything. Your relationships, your money, your stability, even your own sense of faith. You might lose something you thought you couldn't live without. You might see doors close that you begged to stay open. But Capricorn, remember this. Fire doesn't destroy gold. It reveals it. You are that gold. And this fire has come to show your real worth. The people who mocked your faith, who called your hope foolish, who laughed at your dreams, they built their comfort on illusions. They stood on foundations made of ego and deception. And now those foundations are turning to dust. They will soon feel what emptiness truly means when the fake things they depended on can no longer protect them. You, however, are being refined. You're being restored to what is eternal. Your strength, your truth, your peace, those are things no fire can consume. Everything fake is temporary. Everything real is eternal. This is your cosmic detox, Capricorn. The end of an era where you tolerated what disrespected your soul. It's the divine moment where you stop watering dead plants, stop explaining yourself to those committed to misunderstanding you, and stop lowering your light just to make liars feel comfortable. You've walked through too many flames to be afraid of this one. Let it burn what was never pure. Let it expose what was never true. And when the smoke clears, you'll find that only what was meant for you remains. Solid, clean, unshakable. This is the fire of freedom, Capricorn. And though it may burn for a while, it's creating the space where your real life, your real peace, can finally begin. When the fire is done, Capricorn, the world around you will go quiet. It won't be the kind of silence that comforts you at first. It will feel heavy, almost too still. You'll wake up one day and notice that the constant noise, The voices that used to fill your space, the endless conversations that once distracted your mind, have all disappeared. The crowd is gone. The laughter that wasn't real has stopped echoing. The people who only stayed when life was entertaining have vanished. At first, that silence might feel like loss. You may wonder if something's wrong, why the phone isn't ringing, why no one's checking in, why familiar energies have suddenly gone missing. But the truth is, this is not abandonment, it's divine organization. The silence after the storm is where peace finally speaks. This is the part of your journey where you stop hearing the world and start hearing yourself. In this quiet, you'll begin to notice things you missed before. How your spirit feels lighter, how your thoughts are clearer, how your body no longer feels weighed down by the expectations of others. You'll start to hear whispers, not from people, but from the divine. Instructions will come through moments of stillness, through sudden realizations, through calm that doesn't make sense. This is where your next chapter begins. Not on the stage of approval, not under the spotlight of validation, but in a sacred space where your soul can finally breathe. You'll sleep deeper, you'll breathe easier, you'll start attracting people whose energy feels like home, souls who value honesty over performance, who match your loyalty, who don't fear your depth. Capricorn, don't mistake this solitude for punishment. It's preparation. The universe removes distractions so you can recognize direction. It silences the world so you can finally hear heaven. This is divine clarity, wrapped in stillness, because before the next blessing arrives, before destiny opens its next door, the stage must be cleared of all noise, all chaos, all fake applause. So if you find yourself surrounded by silence, smile. It means the storm has done its job. It means peace has found you, and it means something pure, something lasting, something real is on its way to fill that quiet space with meaning again. And then, Capricorn, after everything false has burned to the ground, something miraculous begins to move. It starts quietly, like a heartbeat beneath the ashes. No sound, no announcement, no crowd, just a pulse, steady, divine, undeniable. That pulse is truth coming back to life. It is your spirit, rising after the storm. It is the sound of what's real remembering its name. For a long time, you lived surrounded by things that pretended to be solid. People who mirrored loyalty but feared your honesty. Opportunities that looked golden but were hollow inside. Dreams that were shaped by what others told you to want. Now the illusions have melted, and you finally see the difference between what glitters and what glows. What glitters is loud, quick to impress, desperate to be seen. What glows is quiet, steady, eternal. And Capricorn, you were always meant to glow. When the fake collapses, the air feels lighter. There's a stillness that follows, not the silence of emptiness, but the silence of alignment. This is where you begin to rebuild, but not with your hands, with your frequency. Your energy now becomes the architect. You'll notice the real ones finding their way toward you. They won't need introductions or explanations. Their souls will simply recognize yours. Conversations will flow without effort, and their presence will feel like calm water after years of storms. These are your genuine souls, the people who walk with intention, not interest. They will not take from your energy, they will reflect it. They won't compete with your light, they will protect it. They'll understand that peace is more valuable than popularity, and truth is worth more than attention. For every false friend that left, a divine one is on their way. For every door that slammed shut, a sacred one is being carved for you in silence. The universe never removes without preparing to replace, but it replaces with precision, not speed. Soon, new opportunities will appear, the kind that don't demand you to shrink or perform. They will align with who you've become, not who you were pretending to be. You'll see that jobs, partnerships, and paths that once drained you will no longer attract you. You'll crave authenticity in every area: your work, your home, your relationships, even your own inner thoughts. You'll no longer move for applause, you'll move for purpose. You'll no longer speak to prove, you'll speak to serve. This is what rising in truth looks like: effortless, graceful, unstoppable. Capricorn, the collapse of the fake was never punishment, it was an initiation. It was the universe saying you've passed the test. You can now carry real abundance, real love, real peace. The world around you will sense your transformation. Those who once doubted you will see your rise, but not a rise made of noise or spotlight. They will see a glow that cannot be explained, the kind that makes them whisper your name not in gossip but in awe. They will realize that stillness built what pretense could not. That peace, not pride, became your foundation. Your power now comes from a different place. It no longer lives in control or validation or ambition for its own sake. It lives in stillness. You have learned that the strongest souls are the quietest ones. The ones who have nothing left to prove, because they have become proof themselves. When others rush to shout, you will stand taller. When they seek attention, you will seek alignment. When they build noise, you will build meaning. You are no longer chasing recognition, you are recognition. Your mere presence will speak volumes. People will sense something in you they can't describe. A peace that isn't passive, a power that doesn't boast. Capricorn, this is divine maturity. It's when your success becomes sacred, not just visible. You begin to understand that blessings are not trophies, they're responsibilities. And the reason your blessings took time is because heaven wanted to make sure you could handle weight, not applause. Those who built their lives on imitation will begin to crumble under the pressure of their own lies. They'll watch the very things they worshipped, attention, image, control, slip away. You will not gloat, you will simply understand, because you've learned that karma is not revenge, it's revelation. Meanwhile, you'll rise differently. You'll rise with calm eyes, steady breath, and gratitude. You'll rise like the dawn, silent, unstoppable, majestic. No announcement, no chaos, just light slowly filling the room until everyone finally sees. You were never meant to blend in, Capricorn. You were meant to outlast. Others rushed to be seen. You prepared to be remembered. And now the universe is revealing the difference between those who chase ace and those who become. The fake will always crumble because it's built on applause. Fragile, temporary, easily shaken. But your path, your sacred path endures because it was built on alignment, on patience, on truth. You didn't take shortcuts. You didn't betray your spirit to belong. You stayed true, even when truth was lonely. And now, that loyalty to yourself is opening gates no deception could ever reach. Capricorn, this is the rise of the authentic. This is where peace becomes your reward, and grace becomes your identity. This is where everything real begins to magnetize to you. Genuine people, divine partnerships, inspired purpose, lasting abundance. You are not the same person who started this journey. You are lighter, wiser, stronger, and most of all, real. The universe had to burn what was false so that your truth could breathe. And now, it's your time to stand in that truth. Tall, unshaken, quietly powerful. Let the world watch. Let the noise fade. Let the illusions crumble. Because you, Capricorn, you were built to remain when everything else falls away. You were built for truth, for endurance, for eternity. And now the real you, the divine, grounded, unstoppable you, finally rises from the ashes, calmly, beautifully, and forever aligned with what's real. Capricorn, as the dust settles and silence returns, remember this truth deep within your soul. When everything fake collapses around you, it is not the end of the world. It is the beginning of the real one. What looks like destruction is actually divine construction. What feels like loss is really liberation. This message isn't a warning, it's an awakening. You are not being punished, you are being repositioned, shifted higher, purified deeper, aligned closer to the truth that was always inside you. Do not fear what is falling apart. Let it. Let the false layers burn, let the empty relationships drift away. Let the shallow applause fade into quiet, because what is wiped out was never truly yours. It only borrowed space in your life until truth demanded its place. And what remains, Capricorn, is sacred. It is the calm center within you that no storm could destroy. It is your peace, your divine, unbreakable peace. That still glowing core is where your destiny is born. You've walked through fire and found yourself untouched. You've watched the fake crumble and realized you never needed it to stand tall. You've seen people fall away, but you're still here. stronger, wiser, more awake. This collapse was never meant to destroy you, it was meant to reveal you. The unshakable one, the survivor, the builder of what's eternal. Capricorn, stand tall in this silence. This is your rebirth. This is the moment your energy resets, your path clears, and your future begins to breathe again. Every ending you're witnessing is a doorway, not a wall. You're not being left behind, you're being lifted out. Type in the comments, "I stand in truth and rise from illusion." Say it with conviction, not just as words, but as a declaration to the universe, that you are ready to rise without disguise, without pretending, without fear. Because your next season, Capricorn, will not require you to prove yourself. It will simply reveal you. You will walk into rooms and peace will follow. You will speak less and be understood more. You will attract not by trying, but by being. This is divine alignment, quiet, strong, irreversible. The fake is falling, but you are rising. The noise is ending, but your voice is beginning. The illusions are dying, but truth, your truth, is being born in light. Capricorn, hold your head high. You've survived the cleansing, and now you stand on holy ground. Everything fake has been wiped out, and what remains is pure, timeless, real. You are the unshakable one, the one who rises when all else falls, the one who walks in truth, no matter who walks away. And if this message reached your soul, subscribe, stay connected, and prepare your spirit. Because what's coming next is divine clarity, higher vision, and unstoppable peace. Everything fake is falling, but you, Capricorn, you are rising.